Hi folks, your friendly neighborhood firearms instructor again, Justin Skeens, coming to you from stormy central Ohio. I just got rained out trying to mow my yard, so I thought I would come up here and throw together a video that I've been thinking about doing for a while, and that is talking about magazine loading devices. And I've got two of them here that I can recommend. I've got three of them total that I'm going to show to you. They kind of vary in price between $12 and $35. Like I said, I've got two of them that I can recommend that I actually really do like, and one of them that I think, with some improvements, could absolutely be a contender. One of them that I'm going to talk to you today is what I consider to be the gold standard of magazine loaders, and that is the Uplula, available from Maglula Corporation. So I think that this in particular is something that I would add to my range bag if I were just starting off in firearms for sure. That one is the most expensive I'm going to talk about today at $35. Seems to be about the going rate for them. I still think it's well worth the money. They'll load double stack or single stack magazines, 9mm to 45 ACP. So keeping that in mind, I think that they are well worth the money. So without further ado, what prompted today's video? Well, I had a moment yesterday where I was trying to do some home improvement and seal up some leaks in the roof of our new house, and I had a ladder close on my hand, and it looked like something out of Christmas Vacation. I felt like old Clark Griswold for a moment because the ladder closed up on my thumb and actually took out part of my nail and nail bed. So I was trying to load up a magazine today, and I got to thinking, well, what about folks that have troubles doing this all the time? They probably would like to know what kind of options are available to them. So this kind of made me think about going ahead and putting this video out. So if you take one of my classes, I'll demonstrate these for you during class, and we'll talk about them, and I'll talk about the ins and outs of them. But for those that haven't attended a class, or maybe you will in the future, but you're still having some dexterity issues or some hand strength issues with loading magazines, because frankly the mag springs are pretty heavy on some of the mags out there today. These are some good options for you, and like I said, the one I think could be with some improvements. I'll talk to you first about the least expensive one. This is available from bensoutdoordesign.com. This is the BEML, Ben's Easy Mag Loader. So the backstory that I've gotten on this is that this was actually invented by a World War II veteran who happened to be an amputee, and he invented this so that he could load magazines that vary from 25 ACP all the way up to 45 ACP, making this the most versatile loader that we're going to talk about today. Also the least expensive. I bought this off of Amazon for $12 or $13. You can get them in a 3-pack at a little bit of a discount. Not bad at all. So this will obviously load single stack, stack and a half, double stack. I'm going to demonstrate with a Glock 48 magazine. This is a 10-round Glock 48 mag, 9mm, and a P mag for my Glock 19, so 15-round double stack mag. This is a neat little magazine loader that it takes a little bit of technique, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So let's talk about magazines a little bit in general. If you take a look at the top of your magazine, you're going to see a rounded portion towards the front of the magazine, and you're going to see a flat portion towards the back. So just so everyone's aware, I do not have any firearms up here right now that are going to interfere with me having live ammunition out on the table. So I have live ammunition here. The projectile, the bullet, is going to face the rounded portion of your magazine opening, okay? So the orange part here is your follower. The flat part, your case rim, is actually going to go towards the flat part of the magazine, so flat to flat. So if I was to load this magazine up without a loader, it would look something like this. Now, just so you're aware, that's really hurting my bad thumb right now. So I will go ahead and switch over and demonstrate Ben's Easy Mag Loader. So to use this, we're just simply going to set the round on the stainless steel prongs so that the bullet is facing towards this indentation on the handle. And all that I have to do is just hold on to that round, use these tongs. Neat thing about this is these tongs will actually conform to the shape of the round. It'll actually sit on either side so it doesn't try to rotate left and right. I'm just going to use those stainless steel prongs to push down on that next round or the follower, whatever is there, and I'm simply going to slide the next round in place into my magazine. I apologize for the shaking, guys. I don't have my second table set up right now. So loading like this. It's not a speed loader by any means, but it does give you a mechanical advantage. It gives you a little bit of leverage on the magazine spring, which definitely gives you some help. I have used these mag loaders, again, I'm dealing with a hurt hand here, with folks that did have some dexterity issues and some hand strength issues, and it seemed to be of a help to them. So that was a Glock 48 magazine with Ben's Easy Mag Loader. $12 or $13 off Amazon. I recommend this loader for sure. Nice to be able to throw that into your range bag. Again, if you're worried about space in your range bag or the price, for sure, this is one that I would recommend. And that'll load 25 ACP through 45 ACP magazines. The next one's a little bit more complicated. This one here is called the Speed Ramp. You see there, and this is from parabellumdesigns.net. So this is a 3D printed item, and I'm going to have to move my camera down here to show you, but I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this first. This is for 9mm and 40 Smith & Wesson. Has a handy dandy little tool to pick up rounds out of your ammunition tray. And then on the bottom side here, it has these little plates. 1S, 1, 1.5, and B. So these are held in place with small magnets, which is honestly one of my biggest gripes about this. You can see there. B goes towards the back of the magazine. So the back of your magazine will ride against that. The face of your magazine will actually go down in here, the opening where the follower is, where the rounds will be. Right now I have the 1.5 spacer in here. This one seems to work for all of my double stack mags. It appears that it was designed for your stack and a half mags, kind of like for a SIG 365, but you do have larger spacers here, the 1 and the 1S for your smaller magazines, your thinner magazines. The 1S works well with my LC9S. The 1 seems to work okay with my Glock 48, but the 1.5 works well with my 48 also. So go ahead and drop the camera down here so that you can see what I'm doing. This is a little bit difficult to demonstrate, but I'm going to demonstrate with a Magpul P-Mag for the Glock 19. So drop you down here so you can see what I'm doing with my hands. I'm going to simply take off. That also is held in with a magazine or with a magnet on the end. Arrow goes in. Sorry. Okay. Arrow goes in. Magnets down on this end, hold it in place. But this is the little tool that you use to be able to strip rounds out of your ammunition tray. You can do up to 10 rounds at a time. I typically prefer to do 5 just because some of the manufacturers have different spacing on their ammunition boxes that will interfere with how this actually works. So we'll go ahead and we'll load up 15 of them right here. And just so you know, you can stick this at the end and slide those rounds out. Simply take the flat portion of the magazine, put it against this base plate. We're going to push down on the magazine. As you can see, it takes a little bit of finesse here. And then the magazine will slide forward and it will actually load that round into the magazine for you. So you're just simply pushing down and sliding forward. And then the rounds, because of the way that the base is tapered, the rounds will actually start to slide into place on their own. You might occasionally have to help support one or straighten one out or whatever, but this is fairly quick to load, fairly easy. It does take a little bit of technique you're going to have to kind of get used to. As you can see here, they get a little bit more difficult as you get towards the end of the loading process. There's really not a lot of getting around that. Your mag spring is getting compressed. But again, there was 15 rounds with no pain to my thumb. I have just a couple gripes about this. First off, make sure you're controlling the end of your ammunition ramp because they will try to slide off. I'll go ahead and slide my pickup tool back in there. The other gripe that I have is earlier when I was demonstrating this, one of the magnets stayed inside the base and actually fell out of one of my back plates. So if I was to try and insert another plate, I simply can't because that magnet's in the way. This was $30. I think with a little bit of work, this has potential. I do like it. It's easy to operate, easy to use, but I think for $30 that is just too close to the Uplula from Maglula for me to really give it a ringing endorsement of any sort. Definitely thinking outside of the box. I think it's awesome. We need that kind of innovation, especially in the firearms industry today. We need to be able to have some of that kind of stuff where people are looking and trying to find new ways to be able to do tasks. Maybe it's right for you, maybe it's not. I don't know. All I'm doing is giving you my honest opinion about it. So without further ado, the Uplula from Maglula. This to me is the gold standard of magazine loaders. It is dead simple, dead reliable. It costs $35. It's a one-time investment. Loads single or double stack magazines, 9mm to 45 ACP. So you've got 3 major calibers right there that you can load with this one magazine loader. Not quite as versatile as Ben's Easy Mag Loader, but to me, it's a little bit easier to use. So we have a ramp right here. Your rounds are actually going to go on this ramp as such. So your projectile will be facing out. The case rim with the primer will be facing in. The way that this works is that little ramp in there, when you clasp this down and you depress the magazine, that ramp will actually push down on the follower as such. Now, when you do that, that allows you to insert a round into the magazine on this ramp. All you will do at that point is just simply release, let the loader come up, clasp it back down, push down while it's held in place, and you're just going to simply load the next round, and you're going to continue to do this. So I'll go ahead and drop you down here where you can watch the shaky cam while I'm doing my work. All we're doing, clasp, depress, insert, release, clasp, depress, insert, release. We're just doing that over and over for each individual round until we've got the magazine loaded to capacity. So this is a 15 round mag. That is a standard capacity magazine for a Glock 19. So this gives you a little bit of a mechanical advantage in that we're no longer trying to fuss and fight the rounds down into the magazine. We're actually just clasping this and pushing straight down on the magazine. So I'll go ahead and load up my 10 round Glock 48 magazine. So my magazine follower, I'm going to clasp, depress, insert, release, clasp, depress, insert, release. So I have a single stack magazine here. It is simply going to load exactly the same as my double stack magazine does. As you can see, I didn't have to make any adjustments to this magazine loader. I haven't had to do anything to it other than just run through the motions, and it does take a little bit of practice, but with time you'll get better at it. And there's 10 rounds full capacity for the Glock 48. So with that, which ones do I recommend? Well, you've probably guessed, I call this the gold standard, the Uplula. Highly recommend this. It's $35. You get it off Amazon. You can get it from Rural King. You can get it from Cabela's. You can get it from a lot of the brick and mortar places. Also, Ben's Easy Mag Loader. This is a ingenious little tool that's relatively inexpensive at $12 to $13 if you buy them singly, and I think that it's an awesome addition to your range bag. Either one of these I highly recommend, or both. I think that's an even better idea. They both give you that mechanical advantage. The speed ramp from ParabellumDesigns.net, neat concept. I love the fact that they're thinking outside of the box. I think with just a couple tweaks that I'm probably going to do to it, we can make this run better. In the meantime, this is $30. You're too close to the Maglula and over the price of Ben's Easy Mag Loader for me to recommend it. So for now, Ben's Easy Mag Loader and the Maglula are the two that I recommend. So until next time, train safe, train often, shoot straight, and we'll see you next time.